Hey folks, Dr. Emily here, and I am super excited to kick off my 7K in 7 day sprint to launch my 7K in 7 day offer. So, just for some backstory, I have done more than 7K in 7 days. In fact, I've had a 75K day. It takes about a month to put together that 75K day, right? But you can absolutely start from zero with zero audience, with a new offer, and not even necessarily having some experience selling, like you don't actually need any prior experience. You can absolutely hit 7K in 7 days. And so that's what I'm going to walk you through. And not only am I going to walk you through it, how to do that, I'm going to show you live as I do it. So super excited for this. So we got 7 days ahead of us. We're launching on Friday, right? Today is Saturday. And so I'm going to go through the pieces. Now, because I am launching this, I have already done a little bit of the background work. I've tried not to do very much, so I can show you like literally everything that goes into it, and then we'll go from there. So basically, our roadmap is like this would be day zero, which would have been yesterday, right? And I do have a client going on this journey with me. I have a couple clients traversing this path. So it is a brand new offer, but I actually sold this offer before I even like launched it. Like I created the sales page after someone was like, yes, I want this, right? Which is exactly what you want to do in business if you can. Is if you know like there's somebody that wants what you have, it's a really great idea to package that up and see if there's other people that want what you have, right? And so that's where I'm going with this. So, in terms of the overview, what does this look like? How can we create 7K in 7 days? And remember, it doesn't matter if you have an offer. It doesn't matter if you've sold online before, sold in person before, although those things are helpful, right? Those skills are helpful. They're not required, right? I did work with a client who made 1,700 in a couple of weeks where they had never sold before. They'd never done a live event before. Like they'd never done anything. And we weren't even targeting, it wasn't targeted like this. This was just like, can we make any money? And we made $1,700, right? And so now we're really systematizing it, and you can actually there's a science to it. You can reverse engineer a successful launch to do 7K in 7 days. And the way this works is I just want to be like super transparent. Like I suspect to make actually 7 to 20K this week in these 7 days, but I've done this a lot, right? Like I have 10K days on repeat. I've done the occasional 75K day. In fact, I even once had a 100K day. I'm working to make those things more consistent. So I've been doing this a long time. Whether you have an audience or don't have an audience, you can usually create, some kind of momentum. It sometimes, though, can take multiple tries to get it just right. And because at the end of the day, it's not just you going to the marketplace, it's also the marketplace saying, yes, I want that, and paying for it. And so there is free will. So the part of the reason why this is designed for a 7 day sprint is that you can actually run it again. And in fact, most of the times that I've like run a new sales cycle or a new launch event, I'm like running the play, like whatever it is, and then I do it again and then I do it again until you get really, really good and you get the result that you want dialed in. So, can you make 7K in 7 days? Absolutely. I suspect I'm going to make more than that this week. I don't know. You guys will get to watch. We'll do it together, right? But at the end of the day, I'm then going to run this play again. We'll see. If it's really, really successful, I'll probably focus on delivery and shift gears a little bit and focus on making sure that the people that have come into my ecosystem are getting incredible results. But the idea is if I only get like maybe it's a base hit instead of a home run, I'm gonna be running this play again in a week or two, right? To like keep repeating it until it's just where I want it to be. And eventually, my goal is to start hitting 100K months and 100K weeks, right? But this is the seed starting point where you can sprint, build traction, build momentum, and go off from there. So, the first step in this process is you have to have an offer, right? So, dialing that in, the offer is going to do the heavy lifting for you, right? Um, Selling, some people have like hangups on selling, and I get it because I was one too, because I feel like business historically, there have been some businesses that were not aligned. They were not enlightened businesses, and they were benefiting and profiting off of people's shortcomings, off of not helping them. And so some of us have this negative association that, like, oh, money is bad because the people that have a lot of money do bad things to people with it. That's actually not true. And we're entering into this lovely, amazing era where people are really using sales and business to, achieve enlightenment, reach their highest potential, right? And help build people up instead of tearing them down. And so, but we still have some of those hangups like hidden internally, based on our experience. I know I had that too. The way I view sales is actually as a service, that you have this incredible offering for them and you can help them. But at the end of the day, it is their choice, right? You are looking for a sale, but it doesn't have to be that particular sale. So the offer, we really want the offer to do a lot of the heavy lifting here, because we're not in the business. I know if you're watching this, you're not in the business of forcing people to buy from you, of like, like price hikes when companies, there's like street, like maybe a streaming service or like a monthly recurring revenue service. They like charge you a really low price to get you in the door, and then like a year later they like jack up the price. There's some mobile internet companies that do that. Like we've seen this. And so the idea is that we want people just to say yes. That's going to make our job easier. As a salesperson, we want to make sure that we are just helping people understand the value and help them reach a decision. It's actually not to help them get the sale necessarily, right? We are presenting options to them. Obviously, our approach is going to be the best. If you don't believe that, you're selling the wrong thing, right? Change your offer so you absolutely believe this is their best chance of success, unless they're not your ideal client, right? So, for instance, what my first business was a coding school where I teach people, I train six-figure software developers. Um, and some people didn't care what school they went to. We're probably not for them, because we offer very, very specialized services. We nurture the whole student. We have a six-figure offer, guarantee. If you don't have an offer within 6 months of completing the program, right? All sorts of things. So we're like a really cool community. And if you don't like our vibe, you're not going to be a good fit. And like it's going to be work from both sides. So we really want to find those ideal clients. So how can we craft our offer to really like call them in to get their attention, right? And we're trying to make our offer be really specific to the outcome that we can create. And ideally, we want to have some kind of a guarantee that's really juicy that gets people's attention. So, for instance, in my coding school, I have a guarantee where if you don't have a job offer within 6 months of completing the program, we're going to give you your tuition back. Pretty awesome, right? We are working on developing six-figure software skills, but it doesn't have to be a six-figure job. To give you another example, the 7K and 7 day offer, right? So it's $1,000 for me to work with you for 30 days, right? We're going to shoot for 7K in 7 days. And if for any reason you don't make your money back at the end of those 30 days, so if you don't make $1,000 in 30 days, I'm going to give you your investment back. And oh, by the way, the investment, you can finance it for under $50 a month, right? 47 bucks a month. So super low risk, right? I'm taking away basically like all of the objections. It's $47. Normally I charge people 10 grand for building this out for them, right? Minimally, at minimum. So like this is a super high value. I'm not charging a whole lot. And it's not just 7 days, it's actually a full 30 days. So you have time to run this at least once or twice, right? Before you hit the end. And so you want to think about your offer in a way that ties in to what people will pay for. People will buy health, they will buy money, right? I'm selling money in both of my offers. I'm selling money. But you can also sell love, right? Relationships. So there's physical love. You can sell those too. And so we want to think about whatever you're offering. What does it look like in the 3D? And I'm going to talk more about that on the offer day. Right now, I'm just giving you kind of an overview. Then we're going to we're going to map out the launch, right? We're going to have a 7 day ideal launch, but then we're also going to kind of map out where it might go from there, right? So we first need to get the 7 day launch working, which is going to have a live event. It may have sales calls, it might not, kind of depends on your price point, the value of what you offer, your expertise, how you like to spend your time, right? Like there's like what your personal revenue, and income goals are. So there's a lot of variability there. And that's why this is a customized plan. It's not just like, here, go do this worksheet. It's like actually a dialogue and a conversation. So we'll create a launch map. And then what I and my team will do is build out all the tech infrastructure. So my background, I have a tech company. Not only do I train software developers, we also build software for companies and custom automations. And I have been running live events and creating businesses, right, for like over 3 years now. So like I created all my own tech. So it's really simple. I just do copy paste and I have everything I need for you to run too. It's very, very easy. It's super simple for us. And if there's any challenges, we just take care of them. I have a tech guy on staff who just handles the requests. So it makes it super easy. So we're going to take away all the tech barriers. We're going to give you a website. We're going to give you automation so you can like have automatic emails sent out so you don't have to do all that yourself. And we're going to get that all set up for you. All you would have to set up is the Stripe account, and like any pages like on the social platforms like Facebook, YouTube, like all that stuff. So you still have to do some of the tech setup, but like all the website automations, like the webinar setup, like yeah, we take care of all that. You don't have to have a Zoom webinar account. We can provide that. Like, anyways, we take care of like everything like to make it super, super easy. You do have to set up your Stripe though and give us access so that we can hook it up with everything. And I'll walk you guys through some of these steps. And then, so that's the first 3 days. Then on day 4, we're starting to share, right? We're starting to get our our event offer out there, right? So like the offer brainstorm is for what you're selling, but we're going to have a midway point where we're actually going to run a live event. 60 to 90 minutes is the target, right? Where you're actually, adding value, teaching what you know, sharing it with others, and helping them see the value of what you're offering, and maybe, just maybe, some of them will raise their hand and buy. So super fun and exciting. And so we do that for a few days. It only takes a couple days to fill an event. It's your first one, so the sign up rate is usually faster. If you don't have enough time to promote the event, you can schedule something 2 weeks out instead of 7 if you'd like more time to prep. It's not required, but it can be done, right? It doesn't take long. The first round is your friends and family round, right? Who do you know? That's who we're focusing on. That's who we're targeting. Then we're gonna have a live event. We're gonna go on Zoom and talk about something you love, right? A way that you add value to people and some of the results you've had in the past. And that it doesn't have to be hard, right? We have a template that we use, which you can customize. It's super easy. There's some very well-defined sections to that need to be in every presentation if you want to sell using it. But it doesn't have to be hard. We have this 6-figure launch formula, and we just hand it to you, and we help you customize it, right? We work with you. And then you're going to practice and prepare. We're going to get your upsell web page up, right? So this will allow you to collect that 7K in 7 days. And then we have the event. And depending on your launch plan, you'll either collect at the event or after a couple days of sales calls. Pretty awesome. So that's the whole overview. Okay, that's day 0. Now, the really cool thing is let's dive into the offer brainstorm. Now, I already have an offer. Let's see where I have it. Here we go. So I've already actually created the sales page for myself. So I have this all set up. So I have an offer already. So really what I'm going to do today is kind of walk you through what that looks like. Okay. So that you can plan this out for yourself as well. Okay. So my revenue goal, I gotta be honest, my revenue goal is a lot more like 30K. But I'll say 20K. No, if my revenue goal is 30K, I better list 30K or else I'm up a creek. Okay. And the date of my event is this Friday. Okay. So we're going to say Friday. And I do know a lot of people that have thought about starting businesses. So I do know a lot of business owners. So that's good. Um, what am I good at? How can I add the value the fastest? So I scaled my company to 2 million in under 3 years from zero. And I'd never even worked in a business before. I'd never started a business. I came to business as a professor. And this is where some of my secret sauce comes in, is that I am an educator. I was a computer science professor. And so I approach this with an educator's mindset, with decades of experience teaching others before even coming here. So once I learned to do something really, really well, it's much simpler for me to teach it to others, right? There's a lot of coaches out there, and not everybody that's an expert at doing something is good at teaching it. So this is something that I'm very particular. I have a particular skill set in that I can share. So that's what I'm good at. So my offer promise is make 7K in 7 days. Um, yeah. And the only yes guarantee, if you haven't made your money back, and then, yep, if you haven't made your money back in 30 days, you get a refund. Okay. The value of this offer is like 10K. It is huge. Uh, and the offer price is 997, which can is also available at $47 a month. Okay, so it's a really strong offer. And oh, I haven't planned out my event yet. So I'm gonna dive into this in a second. But let me just, I love the math. The math is what helps you like really make it real. And I've put in some, how do you know if something was good or not? Because sometimes we'll run everything and we won't have the result we wanted. But I remember when I first started out in business, I was so frustrated because I didn't know where it went wrong. What could I do better? What needed to be different next time? What was good? What was bad? So like for instance, I was working with a woman on her Facebook ads and we launched the campaign and it didn't get any sales. I looked at like the number of clicks like from the ad to her sales page. They were like 10x. They were so great. It was like 30 cents a click, which is awesome. Like they were really, really good. Way better than I usually get at my business, to be honest, right? Now, so there I know, okay, it's either the offer or the sales page, right? Or Facebook isn't sending us buyers. But now we have like specific things that we can test and we go figure it out. So, oh, we can offer something for much, it was $100 package. We can offer something much less expensive or do a free event like this. Or we can try updating the sales page. So the numbers is how you actually figure out what's not working, right? A lot of times it's the offer. If you don't get any sales, it's usually something about the offer is not hitting with the audience because we want the offer to do the heavy lifting, right? So everyone I talk to, even if they're not interested in starting a business, they hear my offer and they're like, whoa, right? Like when like you want one of those only yes, whoa offers where everyone is like, wow, that sounds awesome. At the end of the day, the proof is in how many buy it. This offer was so good, I sold it before I even created the sales page. Like I was on a sales call with somebody for something else. I was like, I think what you really need is this. And she's like, yes, I do. Which we just started right yesterday. So I haven't even launched this offer yet. It's already sold. To me, that's always a huge indicator of success. Like this is something I should pursue because usually my offers even before I've launched them, I start selling them, right? When they're a good one, when they're a good one. So if there is something that you've sold before, right, that you or a way you've added value and gotten a really incredible result in the past, like that's always something that's like a good way to go. Let's dive into some of these numbers, shall we? Okay. So if I want to hit 30K, then I need to get 30 buyers. Okay. And let's do some things here. Okay. So my number of show ups, these are industry standards. I gotta be honest with you. My offer that hit over 2 million, it's probably closer to 3 million now in lifetime sales. My conversion rates were not, these are 20% conversion rates. My conversion rates were like 8%. like, like it, these are guidelines, right? At the end of the day, this is the number that matters. Did you generate your revenue target? Did you hit it? Did you get close? Right? Because I'm shooting for way more than 7K. Like, that's fine, that makes sense for me, right? But you can also shoot for 7K. You can shoot for 1K, right? Like you get to pick. You want to pick a value that you feel is doable and achievable, but feels like a little bit of a stretch. Like I'm pretty sure I could do 20K, 30K. I think so. I mean, my dream is 100K, and I don't want to close that out. I would love to do 100K in 7 days. But that's what I've been working on. But I don't know if I'll get there this very first time. So I want to pick something that's like achievable, a little bit outside of my comfort zone, right? Because that's how I'll grow. But in the back of my mind, I am planning a structure that could scale to 100K because that's my real goal, my true goal. Okay. I mean, I could even do it for 100K. So we've got buyers, we've got 30. Okay. So now I'm going to bring out my trusty calculator, divide by zero point 0.2. So that's going to say, okay, 20% of 150 is 30. Okay. This is how I figure out how many people need to be in the room if I want to have 30 buyers. Now, I know people that do webinar events like this, and they routinely have 30 to 50% conversion rates, which means I only need 60 people in the room to hit 30. The reason why I make this a little bit harder on myself by only assuming 20 is because that's an average, right? Like that's a pretty standard. And I've seen it go above and below. And especially with your friends and family around, sometimes the it's 30 to 60% for show up rate and sign up rate. It's awesome. So don't be discouraged if the number of people signing up for your event is below these numbers that we're working out. We just want to make sure that we have a plan for worst case scenario. How many people do we need to try and get in front of? And at the end of the day, the event will go the way the event goes. And then you'll get some baseline numbers you can work from to start to improve, right? We want to just make sure we're exceeding our goals. So we're being conservative here. Okay. So if I need 150 people in the room, that means I need 750 signups. That feels a little bit of a stretch. I don't think I can actually get 750 people signed up for this. I've done that, but I've had 1,500 people signed up for an event, but this is a brand new offer. So we'll see. I think I'll get 100 people in the room. And so I will probably be banking on a higher conversion rate. But we'll see because the offer is super, it's a no-brainer. We will see. So now, how many eyeballs does this require? So now eyeballs mean how many people do you talk to when you share a Facebook post? How many people see it? If you post on LinkedIn, if you like blast an email to your friends and family, like your coworkers, whoever it is, right? How many people does this sign up link need to go to really have a great chance of hitting these numbers? And so that we're actually going to divide by, so we've got 750. We're going to divide by 2%. Okay. Now, 2% is representative of a cold audience. Like that's people that don't know you. So the fact that this is friends and family, it should be even better than that. But we want to shoot for like, we want to kind of have a sense of like what's normal, what's typical. So that we can like shoot for that. So let me see. I need to get 30, I need to get basically 38K eyeballs on this thing. All right. I wasn't planning to run Facebook ads, but to get 38K in there, I might need to. We'll see. We will see. Oh my goodness. Facebook ads are kind of expensive though. I don't think I'll do that for this round. I don't recommend Facebook ads for your first event. Have it convert so you have some baseline numbers so that when you're spending on your ads, you have a sense of like, okay, if I put this many dollars into Facebook ads, I should convert this many people on the backside, right? We need these numbers from one event to kind of make Facebook ads work and to have revenue. Like I did have one sale of this offer, but it's not that you can get started on Facebook ads for $1,000, but it doesn't give me anything else. And I might also have some software investments that I'm going to make with that seed funding. So excellent. Okay, cool. So I need to try and get in front of 38,000 people. Hmm. So we'll see. So if you feel like sharing this YouTube video or this video wherever you're seeing it, I don't know what platform it's coming on yet. So that's what I'm starting out on. And I created a YouTube channel. I can't live stream to it yet, so this will be uploaded. Let's see. I'm creating a business page. I'm creating a logo. That was another thing I wanted to share with you guys that I was doing. But these things don't necessarily, I still have to do my event plan, but some of these things this is the offer brainstorm. And then tomorrow I'll be doing the launch map. And I've done some of my infrastructure, but not all. So I can show you guys some of that. And on Monday I want to share. So I might consolidate this a little bit because I've already done part of the infrastructure. So tomorrow might be more about the launch map and the infrastructure build. So the event plan, I'm gonna have to think on this. I think, to be honest, I think it's the same promise um as my event as my offer, 7K in 7 days, launch. Yeah. So I have to workshop that a little bit. I'll probably use AI to kind of talk about that. And now I know I want to target 38K. So when I'm making my launch plan tomorrow, I'll fill this in. But it's 7K in 7 days. Let's see, what's this? 7K in 7 day um sprint. So it's like launch your business. Yep. Or it's a 7K in 7 day launch roadmap, something like that. I'll probably run that through ChatGPT, get some ideas. But the infrastructure is the piece that I was working on today as well, which I didn't include here because this is the social infrastructure. So I put social infrastructure. That's probably for tomorrow too, the social infrastructure. Okay, make sure we get that covered. So I was generating a thumbnail I probably will finish that out because I want that on this YouTube channel before I start uploading videos to it. So I have to create that. So I'm creating a Facebook page. So I have to create a new Facebook page. I created the YouTube channel. I have the offer page, which you don't have to have, but I do happen to have it. And so what I did, it's super easy to set up this stuff, guys. And you don't actually create the program until after people have bought it, right? Like, so for instance, I do have these documents about what I'm selling, right? These documents, I created them after I sold it, like literally the next, like that night, I created it and got it to my first buyer. And so like this is part of the process. It doesn't have to take very long. And you don't have to do it all ahead because there is free will and you can like we can take educated guesses about what's going to hit the market and what's going to go viral, but until you've done it a couple times you don't actually know. And every time you switch audiences, every time you switch offers and niches and avatars, it's possible that it's different, that it hits different, right? It's all we're always because humans always change, we're always changing and evolving. So just because an offer does well one week doesn't even mean it'll do that great the next. When you know you have a winner, it's because it's consistently selling, right? So we want to make sure that we're adaptable and that we're really looking at what's going to help us be successful. Okay, so I did want to share with you a really quick thing about creating a logo as you're getting started, because you will have to create like your Stripe account, your social accounts. So um, I basically went into ChatGPT. I use something called Poe. It's an AI aggregator. It gives me all of the models. And so I just pick the one I want and then it generates stuff. So I picked a model. I think I'm using Google Imagen that creates images for me. So I said, can you please create a logo for 7K in 7 days? And then I gave it our brand colors to make sure it would match. So I like hot pink. I've been using purple and I really like that turquoise. So this is pretty cool. Like I really like this, but it wasn't very readable. I didn't love it. So then I just kept running the query. I said, okay, try again. Okay. And this one I actually kind of like. So I downloaded this one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Canva and I'm going to fuss with it because I don't like this extra turquoise 7. Like I think that's weird. Like it's 7K in 7 days. I can just move this stuff over and it'd be really cool. So a couple of things that I'm going to be doing with this is I'm going to remove the background because with a logo, you do want the background removed. I do have a Canva subscription already, so that's partly where that comes from. Oh, that's like so hard to read. Did that? I think I better make the background of this slide gray. Okay, so I can see it. Good. I can remove that later. All right. Um, okay, so now I need to figure out in Canva how to remove that. It looks really cool. But yeah, I want to remove that. Let's see. But yeah, now I have to figure out how to do these things in Canva. Usually I do them in preview, but Canva's better. So I have to do like a smart cut here. Oh boy. All right. So select Canva lasso. Let me see if there's like a lasso. Crop with a lasso tool. Sweet. Mm, lasso crop. Where is it? Let's see. Tell me where the lasso crop is. Choppy crop. Okay. Choppy crop. That sounds like it's like an app or something. Use an existing design. Let me go see. There we go. Nope, that's not it. It was, I think, where I was trying to do this was 7K in 7 days. Let me see if I can find it. There we go. Here we are. Choppy crop. Okay. Loaded. Okay, select an image. Oh, I have to upgrade? Okay. Well, I can probably fix this a little bit. Okay. So I don't let things deny me. I just make it work. Okay. So I know how to use this tool. So I'm going to go back to it. There probably is a way in Canva, but I haven't found it. Okay. Let's try Smart Lasso. Okay. So put that one over here. I'm gonna background remover. Oh man. Okay, that didn't work. So let's go back to preview. Okay, let me remove the background. I can remove the background in preview. Oh, that was like too much. Okay. See, that's what it's gonna remove. Okay, hold on. See, the background remover is so much better in Canva. I might have to like this is here, stop choppy cropping. Just let's do normal. Um, Move my background. I'm gonna have to export this, I think, in Canva. Here we're getting to the work of it. Okay, so downloading, transparent background, current page, done. Okay. Okay, so now there's probably a way of doing this intelligently in Canva. I just don't know what it is. So what I'm going to do is make this easy for myself. And I'm going to select what I want. Because AI, you could just use the AI design and just keep having AI generate it until it's perfect. But this is really close to what I wanted. So let me see. We'll try it. There we go. Okay, so that works pretty well. And I'm gonna crop it because I don't need all those things in there. There we go. Okay, so we got that part. Sweet. Okay, and now I just want the K days. I have futzed with AI image and video generation enough that usually I get close enough and then I go with it and I just make it happen. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I need to make my background be something else so I can see it. Okay, this is big. I'll line up the bottom. I kind of want those lined up. 7K in 7 days. I dig it. I think it looks cool. I think I need to center it though. See if I can center this. I probably need to crop it. Um, Perfect. Now I'll export it. And now I got my logo. And that took all of what, like 5 minutes? Didn't take doesn't take long. Transparent file, current page. Down. Download. Sweet. So now when I create my new Facebook page or my YouTube channel, because I'll be uploading this. Okay, I want to edit. Go to my settings. Let's see. I don't know if I can. Gotta move this a little bit so I can see my settings button. My settings button. Ah, here we go. I'm floating. Get my settings. Oops. Okay. Apparently cannot change my settings today. What I wanted to change was the logo, but maybe. Okay. Okay. All right. It wasn't giving me permission. There we go. Right. So if I wanted to, I could go change here. Anyways, when I first, you probably want your logo before you create your channel because you have to go fuss back and figure out like where the setting is for your channel. Ah, there we go. Usually we can do it over here. Account. Here we go. Maybe there's settings over here. Your channel. Customize channel. Here we go. I think this is it. There we go. Yeah, I can change my picture if I want to. I might leave it because it makes it kind of personal. But my Facebook page, I'm like definitely going to create a new Facebook page. It'll be 7K in 7 days. Um, I could do a bio here for this category. I want to do entrepreneurship. Let's say business consultant. That sounds good. Um, Learn how to launch and create 7K in 7 days. to rapidly launch new offers and create 7K in 7 days. Now, why did I change that? Right. So I'm promising 7K in 7 days, right? I'm guaranteeing 1K in 30 days. It's going to be a lot easier for me to guarantee that with someone who is already in business and who has experience selling before, who has a product, right? Especially when it's already sold. Like a validated offer is going to be a lot easier to hit that 7K in 7 days than a brand new offer that's never hit the marketplace before and they don't know how to put the messaging out there. So I specifically rewrote what my goal is. Learn how to rapidly launch new offers, right? A business owner that already has an offer is interested in launching new ones. Now, that being said, this is appropriate for beginners. It's partly why I'm like creating this video to walk you through. It's totally appropriate for a beginner to try to do this as well. It's just you probably want to allow at least two launches in a 30-day cycle if you're a beginner to like make sure you work some of the kinks out. To be honest, I would feel really confident with three tries. I usually find the third time's a charm. But since it's a week, you actually technically could do that in a month. As soon as you have success though, and you have delivery needs as well, immediately your business gets harder to run. And so you really, really need to like shift gears there, and then you're splitting your time between launching to get new clients and delivering. And so you might run the 7K and 7 day sprint less frequently, like every other week, so you can spend a week getting the new ones in and started, and then a week launching, depending on how intensive your launch is. Like my launches are pretty easy. It doesn't take me long to come up with one. And once I've created the presentation and it's converting, it's set it and forget it. I don't need to do anything for the launch but show up, basically. If you have a sales call cycle, though, you're going to have time for sales calls. And then that's time that you can't spend serving your current clients. Although, if your offer is really successful, you may be able to hire people to help serve the clients and help do delivery, which is awesome. So we will get that to the next place. All right, perfect. Okay. So I'm creating a brand new Facebook page, and this is really where I wanted to use my logo because you want to have all these pieces out there so you can promote. Technically, we don't need this right away, but I'm promoting this offer at the same time, so I kind of needed to have those pieces in place. Okay, let me see. Good. I have full control. Excellent. And so then I would just set up some of the settings here, right? There should be some page. Oh, I have to switch into the page. And then I can take action in it, like uploading the logo. And I'll add a cover photo. So I'm going to upload the photo. Okay, I think I finally have it. This is the one we just did. 7K in 7 days. Oh, we need a background for that. That's not going to work. Okay. Um, oh, that looks kind of cool. Makes it kind of hard to see the gray's kind of like ho hum. Yeah, I don't like the gray for sure. Definitely not. But one of these looks kind of good. There we go, the plum. That's the original actually. That was the original color of it. I do like this purple slightly better. I mean, I can't do a white background because these are dark. Okay, that plum looks pretty good. I'm gonna center those. I'm gonna share this, download it. Okay, just the current page. Done, download. I want to get this step done so I can start posting these videos for you guys. Okay, I do need to crop it. I love using preview. There's like so many different ways of doing this. I have a Mac, so I use the ways that work for me. You can chat GPT and Google ways if they don't work for you. So let me go over to Facebook land. There we go. Here we are. Okay, let me cancel this card. I need to upload the photo. Okay. See, I need to move that down a little bit. So I didn't make it quite big enough. I cropped it too much. Let me see if I can undo my crop. Let me try again. Oh, because it has a crop feature, but it doesn't have. Let's try one more time. Okay. There we go. I can zoom it in. I can move it around. It sounds pretty good. Okay. I like it. Sweet. I still have to make the banner. Oh, I don't have a description. Right, like there's it didn't do the description. Okay, hold on. Where was the description? Bio. Oh, there we go. That was in there. Okay. So I need to build out these pieces. If you want to create a new Facebook page, it's not required. If you're going to run ads, you'll need a Facebook page. I am trying to promote this through videos, so I need a place to put those. So I'm planning to stream my setup that I'm sharing with you right now on YouTube and on Facebook. So I need a landing spot to host this. This is not strictly required. But if you've already sold your offer, like this would be something that you'd want to have if you don't already, or if you have a LinkedIn page, like this can exist anywhere. I happen to know a lot of people on Facebook. So like I'm putting it on Facebook. I'll do a background. And you want to have like maybe like 3 posts to kind of like seed the page. And that's all you really need. You don't need a ton, but it allows me to engage with people there, before they come into my ecosystem. I'll also be creating an event sign up page. Tomorrow we'll walk in through the launch piece. So what we'll be doing next video will be focusing on the launch map, and I'll probably be doing some of the infrastructure build, to be honest, because I want to be able to share my infrastructure build a little bit ahead of on Monday, which is technically I think day 3 for me versus day 4. So I want to do the event on Friday, and there's a Facebook group I want to post in that I can only post on Monday. So I guess I could always do a separate video like morning and night, but I have to personally post uh on Monday, and it's Saturday, so we're over here. So I'm going to move this ahead a little bit. But the idea is that these things all have to happen, right? And they can happen in 7 days. It doesn't have to take forever to launch your offer and get 7K. It can happen in as little as 7 days. So thank you guys for tuning in. This was super awesome. I hope you learned a ton. I can't wait to come back tomorrow and show you what I'm doing to launch this offer. All right. Peace.